We've all put our shotguns and our vests up for the year, and we're getting into late spring and early summer, and this is when you don't want to forget about turkeys. There's so many more things that we need to do. It's a good time to really help with next year's crop. And we've got to help these hens, like what we're talking about today. We've got to have them in the best possible physical condition with the best habitat so that we can enjoy hearing those gobbles for generations. Hunters saw a need to help the wild turkeys in the last few years with the declining populations, and that's how Turkeys for Tomorrow was born. I mean, it came into existence because concerned hunters wanted to learn more to help the turkeys that they saw going away. So if we're going to have turkeys to teach our kids and our grandkids to hunt someday, we've got to all get together. You know, at this time of year, it's getting hot and summer's rolling in, and mamas are taking their kids to the beach. Well, mama hens, they're taking their kids to the best places that they can eat and stay safe. Those little tiny poults all leave the nest with the mom within about 24 hours, and she's got to get them to some optimum brooding habitat. So when you're thinking about poults and what their survival, their mortality rates can really be affected if they can't get to good optimum habitat, and that's habitat that has a rich population of insects, because poults are little balls of protein, and that's exactly what they need. For the first 2 to 3 weeks of life, they've got to have mostly protein, and at about 3 weeks old, those poults have already been practicing their little flutter flights. I've watched them out in a low clover field looking for insects and all, and they're constantly just fluttering around, and they're building those muscles up. And it doesn't take very much elevation to get a poult off the ground and increase their chance of survival, just a few feet if they can flutter up into bushes. And that's usually what a lot of poults, if it's available, they'll start fluttering up onto logs, and they'll do a lot of their preening on a log. They were pretty cute to watch. The mother hen, what she's doing at this time of year is staying on red alert. I mean, she's not feeding as much early on. She's watching for danger. She's picking out places that she can get that brood where they've got some overhead cover, but it's open underneath, and that's where ragweed and a lot of these natives that have open understories on them, native plant communities, are so important. If you get down on your hands and knees, you need to be able to see like a poult can see. That hen, she needs it to not be too tall that she can't see over it. So there's 2 levels that if you're going to manage for turkeys, you need to be thinking about. You know, if I was to describe the difference between nesting habitat and brooding habitat, height plays a big part in that. The hen, when she's nesting, it's ideal for her to have some overhead cover. But when it comes to brooding cover, so you need openness of several inches up from the ground for the poults, and then the foliage does not need to be so tall that she can't keep an eye out for predators and dangers from around there. And it's up to their mother to get them through the day and tuck them in safely at night and get them to that point where they can get up in a tree. Then you've got some good chances of those poults making it right on into adulthood. As hunters, it's our own self-discipline and our own morals and ethics on hunting, on how we approach how many birds we want to kill. I don't feel the urge to limit out if I know that I don't have enough turkeys to withstand that. I think that's what we have to be careful of nowadays with technology is it's easy to share what we do. And when you share around, it's easy to enjoy that accolade that you get. So when we go hunting, I'd like to think that I'm hunting for the right reasons, and the reason my dad taught me to hunt is to go out there and enjoy the resource, do what you can to help them, and always pay the most respect for what you hunt. You know, when we think about the turkey populations, and a lot of us have experienced declines on our farms, and that's what TFT was born out of, is that concern. A lot of people want to help the turkeys, and we want to help those hens. We just need to realize how important it is to manage our land for hens. They have the hardest job of all. They've got to sacrifice about 3 months of their life, a fourth of the year, to a vulnerability that is extraordinary, not only for the poults, but for them. So anything that we can do for our hens to increase that survivability is what Turkeys for Tomorrow and hunters and state agencies and biologists are all working toward, and we can do it, be a part of that ourselves.